on, I forgot to start it. Did you get pictures? No? I forgot to start it. Smile, Mark, it's okay. It's all good.
No one noticed that it's raining.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Slaw family and the Fennel family, I welcome you to the marriage of Sarah Elizabeth Slaw to James Robert Fennel. Now, Sarah and Jim, I've got a joke to tell you. Now, there was a castaway who had been marooned on an island for 20 years. Finally got rescued, and as he was being rowed out to the mother ship, the guy that's rowing the boat looks back and he sees 3 huts right on the shore of the island. Well, the guy thinks this is sort of funny, so he says, I thought you were marooned. He says, oh yeah, I haven't seen a person for 20 years. Thank you so much for saving me. Well, he says, well, what's then with the 3 huts? He says, the one over on the left, that's my house. The one on the right, that's my church. He says, well, that's sort of strange. He says, but what about the one in the middle? He says, well, that's the church I used to belong to. Now, jokes are funny because they make us laugh. However, jokes are also windows into the human condition. They reveal our shortcomings by exaggerating them to their absurd extreme. Now, a Robinson Crusoe is a perfect example of that. The joke is funny because he built a second church when the first one no longer met his needs. It's funny, though, and it's absurd, though, because he never realized that the second hut was just a duplicate of the first. He was so caught up in making that second church different that he forgot all about what made the 2 churches the same. Now the point is that says a lot about our own shortcomings. That says a lot about our own shortcomings. Human nature being what it is, we dwell upon what makes us different. We are forever tempted to separate and then magnify our shortcomings, when instead we really should be looking at the common threads that we have between us. Now, you probably are asking, what's this have to do with marriage? The simple answer is it has a lot to do with marriage. Many witty people have diminished marriage. Friedrich Nietzsche once said that marriage replaces a lot of small follies with one long stupidity. Then William Congreve added on to that, saying that courtship is to marriage like a witty prologue is to a very dull play. And then there was Freddie the Wit, who's only 6-year-old, says there's no age at which you ought to get married. Marriage is just crazy. However, it's the ageless institution of marriage that raises us up above our baser nature. If woman is Venus and man is Mars, then marriage is Earth, because it's a far more hospitable place than either of those two planets. The trick is, though, is to overcome the gravitational pull of Mars and Venus. Indeed, working hard at overlooking one's differences and on finding what is common among the two of you is what it's all about. Now, the good news is that by no means is that a tedious task. Quite to the contrary, it's as much as adventure as anything else a couple can do in their life. Oscar Wilde once said, one should always be in love. That's why one should never get married. However, it's only through marriage that you get to experience unique life experiences. The thrill of a shared moment, the pleasure of an intimate kiss, the satisfaction of mutual victory over common adversity. But I have to tell you, human nature being what it is, it, like gravity, is always going to be there trying to tear you apart. You will always be reminded that the two of you are different. You will always be tempted at times to say, my way or the highway. According to Samuel Taylor Coleridge, the perfect marriage is between the deaf man and the blind woman. Now, Coleridge, I hope, was being cynical when he said that. However, in his cynicism, there is truth. Marriage, like religion and racial relationships, requires a huge amount of toleration. Now, the politically correct call that celebrating our diversity, our differences. Those who celebrate marriage, though, simply call it love. Now, I have to share with you, when I was a young associate, my former partner, Hillary Snell, took me aside at a party and said, you really don't know how lucky you are. And he said that because he said, you have to see how your wife, Sharon, looks at you when you're looking in another direction. And I really didn't realize that until many years later when I was listening to Bill McCartney. Now, some of you might remember that Bill McCartney was an assistant coach at Michigan. By the way, anyone from Notre Dame, go blue.
McCartney's man.
But also, he went on to become the head coach of Colorado to win the national championship. Now, what McCartney said was this: you can measure the success of your marriage by your spouse's face. And, you know, that's worth repeating. You can measure the success of your marriage by your spouse's face. Tragically, he said that while he was apologizing for all the pain and the harm that he caused his wife while he pursued his own dreams on the gridiron. Jim and Sarah, then, I want to tell you this: it's far more important than having a smile on your face to put a smile on your spouse's face. Put a smile on your spouse's face. That's the measure of success. The two of you have given me the honor of starting you out on this adventure together. Thank you. I can't sanctify this endeavor. Only God can do that. But I can charge you with this. One, search out what is common among the two of you and nurture that. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. Speak with your mind, not just your tongue. And most of all, love each other, because it's only through love that you'll be able to maintain this bond that you're creating today. Sarah and Jim, God bless and Godspeed. Now, if we can all join in a prayer, please. Gracious God, as we enter into this sacred moment, give us the heart for simple things, love and laughter, bread and wine, tales and dreams. Fill us with green, growing hope. Make us a people of justice, whose sign is peace, a people of grace, whose name breathes love, and a people of celebration, whose song is Hallelujah. Amen. James and Sarah, please join hands. You are already doing that. James, now. You take Sarah to be your wife. You promise to love, honor, cherish, and to protect her, forsaking all others and holding only to her forevermore. If so, say, I do.
I do.
Now, Sarah, you take James to be your husband. Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and to protect him, forsaking all others and holding only to him forever? If so, say, I do.
I do.
Here we have the rings. Just repeat after me. With this ring, I, James,
I, James,
profess my love and devotion to you, Sarah.
profess my love and devotion to you, Sarah. I commit myself to the solemn covenant of marriage with you. I promise to honor you as my spouse and partner, to support you both in sickness and in health, to be loving in your presence, and to be faithful in your absence, and whoever at your side.
Now, Sarah.
With this ring, I, Sarah, profess my love and devotion to you, James. I commit myself to the solemn covenant of marriage with you. I promise to honor you as my spouse and partner, to support you both in sickness and in health, to be in your loving presence, and to be faithful in your absence, and to be forever at your side.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
There you go.
Just a small town girl. He took the midnight train.
Yeah, it looks good.
Just a city boy. Born and raised in East Detroit. He took the midnight train.
Come on, Marky. Loosen up there, buddy. Right on. There's a happy couple, Bernie and Rosalind.
Smell